People in Lisbon Estadio Toulouse were pumped up and ready for Taylor Swift to start her Eras tour. Under the sunlight her diamond-studded microphone sparkled, but her normally bright eyes had a sad look to them. As the first sounds of Love Story hit the speakers, the crowd went wild. Her voice was strong and clear, but there was a hint of emotion in it. The crowd didn't know that a touching conversation had happened just before the show. Travis Kelce, her boyfriend and NFL player, sent her a text message that said, "You're my queen, take over that stage like the giant you are. I will cheer the loudest from far away. Have more love for you than goals." His words, which were a mix of playful charm and steadfast support, made her heart warm, but they also made her long for something sweet. Even though they fell in love quickly, their busy work schedules kept them apart most of the time, so the times they did spend together were short. As she sang each song with all her heart, the weight of their separation fell on her. During all too well 10-minute version, her voice cracked just a little. During the break, while the stage crew got ready for the next show, Taylor went backstage where her feelings came to the surface. The thought of Travis's text message with its sincere statement of love filled her mind, making the pain of his absence worse. In the middle of all the fame and praise, tears filled her eyes as a silent tribute to their love. When she came back for the last act, her eyes were still wet with tears and her voice was heavy with emotion. The crowd, feeling how weak she was, showered her with love and support, and their cheers could be heard all over the stadium. Taylor got a new sense of purpose from their unwavering love for each other and Travis's lesson of love. She started her last song, Long Live, with a huge smile on her face, and her voice soared through the stadium. The crowd was captivated by her performance, which was filled with raw emotion and heartfelt gratitude. It left them with an unforgettable experience. As the last notes died down, Taylor stood in the middle of the stage, her heart full. She knew that Travis's love was the best standing applause of all, and his support was the best encore. There were a lot of people waiting with bated breath for Taylor Swift to start her Eras tour at the Estadio Toulouse in Lisbon. It was a collage of color and light. Taylor Swift stood in the wings with her heart racing. On the second part of the tour, feelings were running high because of her recent quick breakup with NFL star Travis Kelce. A wonderful surprise had made the night begin. Taylor was doing what she always does before a show, warming up her voice and going over her dance moves, when her phone rang with a text message. It was from Travis and was a simple but powerful letter that made her cry. It said, "Knock him dead tonight, my love. You're my champion." In his own unique way, he was telling her that he was cheering her on from afar. As soon as she stepped on stage, the loud roar of the crowd hit her. She began her set, and each song was a different part of her life or time in her singing career. But when she started to sing Invisible String, a song about fate, she felt the weight of the moment. She thought about Travis's words of support. The crowd's energy rushed toward her, and she felt proud of everything she had done, both personally and professionally. Her voice shook all of a sudden, and tears started to fall from her face. The crowd felt her weakness and reacted with a wave of love and warmth. The stadium was filled with chants of "Taylor, we love you." This made a strong link between the artist and the crowd. In the breaks between songs, Taylor spoke to the crowd, and her voice was heavy with emotion. "You guys, Lisbon, you're amazing," she said as she wiped away her tears. "I have the best boyfriend in the world," she said. "What a sweet message she sent me before the show." It really touched me. As Taylor read Travis's message to the crowd, there was a general awe in the stadium. It wasn't just a show at that moment, it was a shared experience of love, support, and the power of bonds between people. Taylor kept playing. The love in the crowd made her voice louder, and she kept going with her set. As the last notes of Karma rang out in the stadium, she gave a deep her heart full of thanks. The night had been a wild ride of feelings, showing how powerful it can be to be open and how strong love and support can make you. With a heavy heart, she knew that Lisbon would always have a special place in her heart. It was there that she had shared more than just her music. The crowd in Lisbon Estadio Toulouse was so loud that it was hard to hear Taylor Swift as she stood on the edge of the heart-shaped stage, her voice shaking with emotion. The Eras tour had been full of love and memories, but tonight was different. As a video message started to play on the big screens, there was silence in the ground. Taylor's boyfriend and star tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, Travis Kelce, was there. His warm smile lit up the field. "Hey, he said, his voice full of love and pride. "I only wanted to tell you how proud I am of you. I find it motivating to see you take the stage and share your heart with the world. Travis went on, "You're not just the love of my life, you're a force of nature." This made Taylor cry. Strength, love, and kindness are things that show in everything you do. You're shining brighter than ever tonight. When the video was over, Taylor shed a single tear. As the crowd erupted in cheers, she felt a wave of love and support. She calmed down and spoke to the crowd, her voice heavy with emotion. Her smile grew as she said, "I have the best boyfriend in the world. He's my biggest fan, my rock, and the reason I can do what I do." The people in the room cheered, echoing Taylor's words. As she started her next song, Lover, her heart was full of love and thanks. As she sang, she looked at Travis's picture on the screen and their eyes locked. They were talking to each other in silence. Later that night, Taylor and Travis hugged each other backstage. Their love was a source of warmth and happiness. "You are amazing," Travis said in a whisper as he kissed her passionately. "I'm so lucky to have you." "I'm the lucky one," Taylor said, her eyes shining with happiness. The fact that the Eras tour would go on shows how strong Taylor's heart was and how love powered her journey. With Travis's message always in her heart, she would remember that love always finds a way to shine through even when things are crazy and loud. Over 50,000 Taylor Swift fans gathered at Lisbon Estadio to Luz to see the European part of her Eras tour. The stadium was a sea of sparkling lights that reflected the happiness on their faces. As the first sounds of Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince filled the stadium, the crowd went crazy with excitement and everyone got up at the same time. Taylor was a nervous wreck backstage. This tour wasn't just a bunch of shows, it was a look at how her music has changed over the years and a celebration of the fans who have been there for her through good times and bad. Also tonight was extra special. Her boyfriend Star Tight and Travis Kelce flew in to surprise her. It was the first time she had ever performed in Portugal. Now that the show was really going, Taylor was easily switching between the different times in her career. During the Red era, she quickly looked over the VIP area and smiled when she saw Travis's familiar face. He was watching her every move. It became clear that Taylor was more vulnerable as the show moved into the Reputation para. At this point in her life, she had been hurt and strong, and she had felt misled and confused. The raw feeling of delicate filled the air, and the words took on a new meaning for her as she thought about how Travis had always been there for her. During a short break, Taylor went to a changing room to calm down. Her heart was racing. She reached for her phone and began to read the messages from Travis. His love and support made her feel good. He sent a new message: "You are the strongest and most inspiring woman I know. Everything is yours tonight. Make them feel your magic." The message gave Taylor the last push he needed. She was a force to be reckoned with when she went back to the stage for the Lover moment. Her voice was full of renewed confidence. As she started to sing Cruel Summer, the crowd went wild with cheers. The energy reached a fever pitch. The night ended with Karma, a song that praised love, life, and the strength of sticking with something even when it gets hard. As the music stopped, Taylor stood on the edge of the stage with tears running down her face. It blew her away how much her friends loved and supported her and how much Travis believed in her. She broke down in tears in front of tens of thousands of loving fans, but not because she was sad or hurt. She was crying because she was so happy. It showed how strong love is, how important support is, and how one woman's unwavering energy could take over the world one song at a time.